Good morning, guys. Welcome back. It's fall now, and we are continuing on with our quest of chasing limits. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to go through all through winter, all through fall, and into spring. And we're going to keep seeing if we can come out here and catch 5 fish all over 12 inches. All with the goal of beating our previous best, all with the goal of getting over 100 inches. That's the ultimate goal, to get a 100-inch bag here in Western Washington. It's like an impossible goal, but we're setting off to do it anyways. Today we're at a lake that used to be kind of tricky for me, but last time we were here, we did really good. So I'm feeling good about that. We are turned into the full fall transition now. And if you look around, it's pretty fall-like today. I'm even wearing a sweatshirt. I don't even have a sun shirt on underneath because at no point is it supposed to get hot today. So cooler weather. Lures might have to switch up a little bit. The bass might start behaving a little bit differently. We're going to have a bit of wind. It's going to start cranking up here in a little bit, which I always kind of liked. So we're just going to keep adapting. As it gets more and more challenging to fish, we're going to keep adapting. But make sure you stay tuned, because our next video, we're going to continue on with our Hunting Giants series, where we're trying to catch a 10-pound largemouth bass. And before I run into this tree, I'm going to move. With that series, there are bigger bass right now that are starting to want to eat bigger meals to start bulking up for the winter time. So this next month or two, I'm thinking might be the ultimate chance to start actually catching some giants on some swim baits. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get 5 fish in the boat today. We will be starting with the green pumpkin chatterbait. Here we go. All right, and we're off, you guys. Got to catch 5 fish. 5 fish, all over 12 inches. Our previous best was 83.5 inches. And we're also just trying to beat our previous trip out, which I think was 45 inches. We didn't do super hot on that last trip out. So if we can beat our last trip, that's great. If we can beat our personal best, that's amazing. If we can freaking get over 100 inches, that'd be insane. All right, we're going to make our first move. We're going to head over to this opposite bank on the other side and then work our way over to the northern side of the lake. It seems like that's where all the wind is kind of blowing towards. Probably where I should have started off this morning, but fall is such an interesting time for bass fishing. Anytime you start going into a new season, things change a lot, but then also they don't change a lot. Some fish will keep behaving exactly the same. Some are going to go and do some other weird stuff. And I think during the transition, it just requires you to maybe throw stuff a little bit faster, cover water a little bit faster. Kind of like what we're doing in this video, where we're just pretending we're in a tournament. We're just going to cover water. Well, I got hit right away. What is happening? It's a bass, but he's a little one. All right, good sign. Made a move to a new spot. Caught a fish right away. You're not big enough though, are you? Nope, 11 inches. Back you go, bud. That was sick. All right, good sign though. I think catching a bass over here is not typical. But I guess it is now. Holy cow. I think this one might score. Alright. I gotta get used to using the net. We're in a tournament. That's a new rule. All fish get the net on tournament day. Alright. That one's gonna score for sure. What do we got? First fish of the day. 13 and a half. Back you go, bud. Sweet. We've been here for like a couple minutes. All right, 13 and a half inches on the board. This little point right here has been getting hit by some pretty good wind. It's got some lily pads. If a spot is too good, sometimes you gotta throw a couple lures in there and determine what exactly is going on. Nice. He's freaking locked onto that. Oh. Dang, they are fired up. Right. Got another one. Alright, what do we got? 14 3/4. Not bad, little fish. Not bad. All right, adding 14.75 to the board. We're at 28.25 inches. Nice. On the spinnerbait too, I kind of thought that was the right call. And I was thinking that these little wind-blown lily pads were also a thing too, so that is good, that is good. All right, we got some pretty good lily pads along this little stretch right here. I bet you we find another fish in them. They're gonna be a little trickier to fish. Heck yeah, got one. Dang it. That was the biggest fish of the day too. All right. This side of the lake was trickier than I expected. I mean, we hooked into the biggest fish of the day right there. And I don't know. I think it was just one of those awkward, like it was too close to the boat. I hooked it and then I didn't really have anywhere to move with it. I think sometimes it's a downside of having the camera up front there. Otherwise I could have just pulled him around that way, but there wasn't enough line to do it. So I don't know. It was weird. It was unfortunate. Just got to make sure we catch 3 more and it won't be a big deal. We won't care that we lost one if we still catch 5. But if we catch only 4, oh man, that'll be funny. That'll just be funny. There we go. That's a good one. No, don't you dare fall off again. Yes. All right, got ourselves the big fish of the day, you guys. Calm down, bud. 16 1/4. Yes, so perfect. Finally got a good one. Back you go, bud. 16 1/4. All right, plus 16.25. Fish keep getting bigger. 44.5 inches, you guys. 44.5 inches. I hope every fish that we catch today is just bigger each time, because that is fun. All right, how long we've been fishing for? Oh, we're about to hit the 3-hour mark. That's fantastic. I'm always down for a fish an hour. That's a pretty That's an okay rate, especially if they keep getting bigger, you know? 16.25, which means we need like a nice freaking 17, then an 18. If we could get like a 20 something, that would be really ideal. We're getting down to the end of my season-long tournament. There's only like, I don't know, like 30 so days left, I think. So, pretty excited to see about catching another. I think our best opportunity of improvement is going to be catching some bigger largemouth. Who's to say that whether, I mean, I got 2 series going on. Each of them has maybe 4 to 5 more trips that we get to make out for fishing, in which we're going to be focusing on catching a limit or catching a giant. And I don't know which one is going to improve my score. Either one has the potential, you know? Who's to say? All right. The wind-blown lily pads seem to be the thing. Kind of tells me I bet the other side of the lake is going to be spicing up here shortly. So important to stay away from the trees when it gets this windy. I think last time I came to this, 2 times ago when I came to this lake, there was 2 separate trees that fell while I was fishing. One fell into the lake and one fell off on someone's property, which was close enough that I still heard it. So close enough that I'm still like, you gotta be careful. All right, we are cruising along. We've been covering a ton of water with this spinnerbait. Not much has happened. I feel like it seems pretty clear to me that there are a few spots that are getting smashed by the wind where this thing becomes crazy effective, as it usually has in the past. A pattern I'm well aware of with a spinnerbait, especially on this lake. The wind loves to blow north on this lake. Absolutely loves to blow north. And when it does, the lily pad patch that we're heading to turns into a freaking feeding frenzy this time of year. But here's the thing. I've never experienced it this early in the year, so it's a little trickier. The lily pads are still pretty thick down there. And I also, so fine, it's okay. You can still cast a spinnerbait in there, but the odds of it getting like stuck or catching a fish and then needing to put a whole bunch of force down on the line is a lot higher. So that leaves me with a couple options. One is I just go for it, and then I'm just careful when I retrieve. Which case, I'll have to lose control of the kayak as I let myself kind of drift over to where the bass is, net it, and then in which case I am then going to be pushed into a lily pad patch from the wind. I will lose my ability to use the motor, and then I'll have to paddle out, which is fine. It's doable. But if there's some strong gusts going on for like a good period of time, I could get stuck down there for a second, which is, I don't know, doesn't feel safe. We will make do. So I say we're going to go for it. I have the option of throwing the spinnerbait on my rod that has 40-pound braid on it, though. I kind of like that idea. The water's super dirty, so, I mean, there's nothing to worry about here. All right, guys, here we go. This is an extra heavy rod, too, so, you know. Not gonna have to worry about my rod freaking breaking. That's for sure. All right, here we go. Just about there. The wind should keep cranking as it's doing. And if things go according to plan, there's no reason why we couldn't get ourselves not only a couple fish on the board, but a couple culls as well. All right. We have made it. We got the spinnerbait. We're throwing it on 40-pound braid on an extra heavy rod. A little overkill, but if I catch a fish in these thick lily pads, it'll all make sense. All right, we're about to battle some wind. Let's hope it starts off easy. That's the wind I was hoping for. Come on. All right, it seems a little crazy to even consider trying the drop shot, but I've never tried fishing a drop shot in this kind of wind before. So this is like a test. Let's see what happens. I got a pretty heavy weight on there, so it shouldn't be impossible. No way. Got one. Nice. Oh, there's your answer. I guess we can catch one on a drop shot. Hey, roll it, bud. Not a huge fish by any means, but you are gonna score for sure. Calm down. All right, bud. How big are you? 14 inches. Going back. All right, 14 inches. We're at 58.5 inches, you know, guys. We're at 58.5 inches now, you guys. Jesus. We beat our score from our last trip. I think it was at like 40 something inches. I don't remember. We beat that score. So now, if we can beat 83.5 inches, that'd be awesome. All right, damn. We didn't get that last fish, but we did get 4 fish and we did beat our score from last time. So I'm happy about that. That's good. I'd say probably the biggest things I could think of to have done differently is maybe try doing some flipping up shallow in some weeds. Maybe throw the jig around a little more. That probably would have been good. Wish I would have stuck to the A-rig maybe a little bit more. It was a tricky day though. Maybe tried some larger topwater stuff if I had it. But I'll be honest, today was weird. I felt like it was going to be so easy right at the get-go, and then it was like... But yeah, that's going to do it. Stick around. The next video we're going to go chase some giants, hunt some giants. The names of these series isn't working. We're going to go hunt some giants, and I think it's going to involve this guy. Depends on the weather it is. If it's weather's calm and chill, we'll do this soft, small swim bait. If it's wild and crazy, we'll throw something bigger. But we got to get some big, giant, largemouth, because the season-long tournament is drawing to an end. We have like 30 days left-ish, somewhere in there, to cull out a couple of those small ones. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.